Chinese officials are apparently fed up with stories of Chinese tourists going overseas and forgetting their manners. China's government has issued warnings during the past few months from President Xi Jinping on what not to do, like these and, well, this. The Guardian quotes China's deputy premier blaming poor quality and breeding of the average Chinese tourist. They make a racket in public places, carve words at scenic spots, cross the road when the light is red, spit, and do other uncivilized things. This is detrimental to the image of the country's people and leaves a bad impression. So now the government is warning anyone caught being uncivilized while sightseeing will be publicly shamed when they return home. The punishment? Vacationers who have a bit of a rep for being ill-mannered will be added to a database overseen by China's National Tourism Administration. Information from the database will reportedly be shared with hotels, airlines, and travel agencies, which will in turn make it harder for the ultra-rude to travel. This news does have a few outlets wondering whether such extreme measures are really called for, but honestly, there's been quite a bit of negative publicity about Chinese tourists in the media lately. For example,
Ding Jinhao was here.
Yep, that was an ancient Egyptian temple. In July 2013, a group of Chinese teens were seen dipping their feet at a fountain in the Louvre. It didn't go over well in China. Most recently, passengers on board an international flight from Bangkok to Nanjing were seen throwing hot water and noodles at a Thai stewardess. These types of incidents haven't gone unnoticed in Western media. Vice asked whether the Chinese are the new most hated tourists. Writing all over the world, it seems that the Chinese are becoming the new Americans when it comes to being global reps for vulgarity and rudeness. A writer for the Washington Post tries to explain the rude behavior, saying in the past, few Chinese citizens were able to travel abroad. However, as the country has become both richer and more open, more and more Chinese citizens have taken up the new opportunities. He cites World Bank data that shows more tourists came from China in 2012 than any other country. But luckily for the Chinese government, there's a lot of competition for that stigma of the world's worst travelers. In 2011, a study from Skyscanner showed the British voted themselves the world's worst tourists. The next year, Americans voted they were the worst travelers. If it's any consolation, with more Chinese tourists comes more money. The UN World Tourism Organization estimates Chinese tourists spend more than $100 billion a year. That's certainly not something to complain about. For Newsy, I'm Jasmine Bailey.